Yes guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to give a Chelsea fan's perspective, my perspective on Antonio Conte basically being about to sign for Tottenham Hotspur as their new manager the same day, or well, it's probably not going to happen today, but it's going to be around 48 hours after sacking Nuno Espirito Santo, a man who came in, took over Spurs. There were rumours that he was like 5th, 6th, maybe even 7th choice manager to take over at Tottenham Hotspur, and within 4 months of being in charge of that club with an empty cabinet from North London, I'm going to try and not take the Michael Owen too much, although this is a Chelsea channel, so if you come here expecting me to be nice, then you're in the wrong flipping house, my friends. The exit is, well, the little X in the corner of your screen. But yeah, anyway, Antonio Conte is about to take over as manager of Tottenham Hotspur. And I said this weekend that Spurs, Man United, whoever lost this game, was probably going to end up with Antonio Conte as their manager. As the backlash of all of this, there are now Tottenham Hotspur fans who are delighted that Conte is going to be the new manager of their club because, well, Nuno Espirito Santo, no disrespect to Wolves, but he was Wolves manager, did a good job there, but he didn't win them anything. He didn't get them Champions League football, which probably would have made him regarded as one of the best managers that you could be, taking a team like Wolves to the Champions League. It was always, yeah, you're a decent manager, but Tottenham, where they want to be, compared to where they've been and what they don't have, which is trophies, which is what they want to win, Nuno Espirito Santo was never the guy to come in at Spurs and be like, you know what, we're going to start filling up this cabinet. Go and get the Windex, go and clean the glass windows and go and get the polish because this is going to need to be filled and it needs to look good. He was never going to be that man. And I think for Tottenham to actually give the club some credit for once, which very rarely I do, I think what they've done here with actually sacking him after 4 months is the best thing they could have done. Right now, Antonio Conte, Zinedine Zidane, two of the best managers in Europe. Not going to say they're the best in the world. I think Conte's up there as one of them, and probably Zidane as well, to be honest. But in terms of quality managers actually being out of a job and ready to walk straight back in without any severance from any other club or any kind of contract push, pull, whatever, this is the best time for a team who are not doing so well, who need to be doing better, who wish to be doing better, to sack a manager. Tottenham Hotspur, they're going all out for Antonio Conte. As soon as Espirito Santo was sacked, it was obvious. I said it this week to everybody I knew who knows anything about football. I said, listen, whoever loses at Spurs and United gets Antonio Conte, and he gets them before the game that you play next week. Spurs have already lost 5 matches this season. And I wanted to really focus today on this. There's a bigger picture to this as opposed to the simple fact of Antonio Conte about to take over at Tottenham Hotspur. And it was only, 3 years ago he was Chelsea manager, won us a Premier League in what for me was one of the most enjoyable football seasons I can ever remember. Winning the Champions League in 2012 and of course last year was incredible. And obviously making YouTube videos following Chelsea, going to matches like I used to do before I moved to Bali, or even just making these videos does bring me more closer to Chelsea, brings me more closer to this community, brings me more closer to following football. However, the season we won the league under Antonio Conte, I was doing home games, I was doing away games, I was doing European trips, a few of them, and it was special. You know, there was something magnetic about his energy. You know, he came in at Chelsea and we looked at the squads and we looked at some of the signings and we thought, you know what, there's absolutely no way we're going to win the title. There's no way it's possible. You remember that defeat against Arsenal when we went to the Emirates? We were humiliated. Mesut Ozil actually turned up that game and he did bloody well, to be honest, and Chelsea were humiliated. And then, all of a sudden, he changes it. We go to 3 at the back, and before you know it, we're top of the league, we're going to the Etihad, destroying Manchester City, and Chelsea are on a rampage towards the Premier League title. The infectious energy that Antonio Conte had on the sidelines, the way that he conducted himself with passion, with vigour and integrity on the sidelines and in interviews was, for me, one of the most enjoyable things about that season. It wasn't just the brilliant results that we got and the great football that we played at times too. It was that energy. You know, he managed to build such a positive mentality within that Chelsea squad from absolutely nothing to Premier League champions, 93 points, running away with it with, no disrespect, Victor Moses as a right wing back and Marcus Alonso as the left wing back. But he made it so good because Antonio Conte is a tactical genius. He absolutely got the best out of Romelu Lukaku at Inter Milan. Inter Milan have been waiting and waiting and waiting for a trophy to win the league back in Serie A. Antonio Conte comes in, he wins the league, and even has the audacity to be like, you know what? I'm out of here. I've taken you lot as far as I possibly can. Financial ruin. You're selling Lukaku, who's the player that I've wanted at every club I've been at, and I just don't see this going anywhere. And Antonio Conte took the break, and now I think he's going into one of the toughest jobs in the world, because no matter what we could say about it as Chelsea fans, the expectation at Tottenham is win us a trophy. Please give us some silverware, and if we don't do it, then, well, we're just going to sit here sulking, acting like we're a massive, massive club, and just expecting more and more and more. And I think if there was any manager who could get the best out of Heung-min Son and Harry Kane, who, whether you're a Chelsea fan and you hate Tottenham or not, there's no denying that these two players are two of the best players in the world, let alone in the Premier League when they're absolutely firing and on form. Nuno came in, and I feel as though for a player like Harry Kane, who wanted to go to Pep Guardiola's Man City, who wanted to be a part of a team that is winning titles, challenging for the Champions League, he didn't get to go because Daniel Levy didn't let him go. And then Nuno Espirito Santo comes in, and Harry Kane's like, we have to play this boring defensive football. I don't want to be here anyway. And you can just see it from the body language, you know. And players like Heung-min Son, who even when Harry Kane wasn't performing, someone like Heung-min Son would step up and still win games for Tottenham. Even he looks a shell of himself. And I think it was just an inevitability as to when Nuno Espirito Santo would be sacked. How do I feel about this? This is the main reason why I wanted to make the video today, because we can throw out all of the memories of Conte all we like, but football is a never-ending thing that's always moving. There's always going to be things that change, that come up. Jose Mourinho came in. He managed Man United after he was my favourite ever Chelsea manager. First spell, second spell was wonderful too, in moments. And then he goes to Spurs, and it's like, do we lose that love and affiliation for Jose Mourinho? On the whole, no, we don't. For me, the fact that he went to United and he did what he didn't really win them anything that they really want to shout about, did he? No. Spurs won absolutely nothing. Shock horror. To me, I still absolutely adore Jose Mourinho, and I will always love Jose Mourinho. And in the moments in football when a manager of this caliber, which as Chelsea fans we need to know, we're a huge club, we actually win trophies, so therefore we are going to get the best managers, but we're also probably not going to keep them forever. And that is the nature of the beast that has been created since Roman Abramovich took over. Have I lost respect for Mourinho? No, I lost it in temporary stages of time when he was managing clubs that I really dislike, because, well, if I didn't dislike him during that time, then, you know, I might as well just go and create like a shrine to him in the corner of my room and pray to him every day. That is one thing. Antonio Conte, now, some Chelsea fans did never like the way that we played. Despite winning a Premier League and an FA Cup, do I dislike the geezer a little bit more if he's managing Spurs? Yes, I do. But again, it's a temporary thing, and you cannot absolutely wipe off history. Antonio Conte was a fantastic manager for Chelsea Football Club. I will never forget that season where we won the Premier League, that moment when Batshuayi put it in the back of the net. And if he takes over at Spurs, even though I love the bloke, I absolutely adore the bloke, I, of course, will not be wishing him any luck whatsoever. I hope he fails miserably. I would absolutely expect Spurs to fully turn around what is currently going on at their club, which is a bit of a capitulation with the best player for probably in their history wanting to leave, a manager who came in that should never have been there in the first place, and dwindling in the midst of the centre of the Premier League table. And I don't mean the centre as in top of the pyramid, I mean bang in the middle of the league, not even challenging for European places, really. Antonio Conte is about to be announced as the new Spurs manager. He's due in London today. When I'm recording this video, they've offered him an initial 18-month contract, according to Matt Law, who is a very, very reputable journalist who I follow on social media. And yeah, it's not going to be able to wipe away what he's done for Chelsea in the past, but I'm still not worried about it. To wrap up this video, Thomas Tuchel's Chelsea, I think we're an absolute class above and beyond whatever Antonio Conte can do with this Tottenham Hotspur squad, and with Daniel Levy as the chairman. It's another wonderful day to be a Chelsea fan. I wanted to make this video today to ask for your opinion also. I did put a little community post out earlier today as well, asking for you guys' feedback, so go and check that out too. But leave a comment on this video letting me know how you feel as a Chelsea fan if Antonio Conte does, which is looking highly likely, sign a contract to manage Spurs. Subscribe if you are new, check out the Chelsea news video from earlier today, and I'll see you all tomorrow with the Malmo Champions League preview. Come on, you Blues.